Olage. I didn't say never said it again.
Okay. All right.
Olage.
All right. Court is calling 2023 CR 6015, State of Texas versus Jonathan Olage.
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 There you go.
Okay. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Executive for the state, Your Honor. Carl
the-
Bates for the defendant, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. Olage?
All right.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Olage, showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor, we are.
Mr. Olage, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon?
Yes.
That's a second degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you are giving up those rights?
Which right was it? The jury?
The rights that I've gone over with you?
Yeah.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you're giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Do you understand? You want to give up your rights and enter the plea bargain.
Yeah.
You understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's your intention?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, he has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor. Just for the court's notice, I did have them worked out. He was found competent and also found sane. Those reports are in the court's file.
Thank you. Mr. Olage, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison. The state is opposing your application for deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration the following cause numbers: 2023 CR 6014, 6016, 6017, and 6018. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition? If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Just one moment. There's a sneeze that's stuck. You know how we have, that's what's messing me up.
It's the fragrant flowers.
Yeah, it's stuck. It's stuck. All right. So I'm sorry. Let's start over. Did you review the plea bargain agreement with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you understand, according to the plea bargain, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the state is opposing your application for deferred adjudication. Did you understand?
Yes.
And did you understand you're not qualified for regular community supervision, regular probation or community supervision? Did you understand that?
Can we explain you, the court cannot give you probation, only deferred.
Oh, yeah, that was fair. Yes.
All right. And the reason why I say that is because I noticed when the box is checked, it says the state opposes community supervision in deferred adjudication. You're only eligible for deferred. Do you understand that? All right. And then the state is taking in consideration 2023 CR 6014, 6016, 6017, 6018. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, they're also asking for an affirmative finding of family violence. With that, that means you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Did you understand? You're also not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent. Did you understand?
And I didn't find it about.
That I didn't explain.
All right, do you want to explain that to him? Just,
You can have contact, you can be primary custodian. You can have contact with
All right.
your sister, you're with your sister.
So
You understand that?
I can't be the primary.
You can't be the prime, you can still have contact with them, visit, but you can't be designated as the primary. I'm sorry to tell. Want me to go
problem.
explain to him more?
sure. Okay. Thank. Sorry, Adriana. Yeah. I fix it, got it. Don't put this dismissed. Just hold on. Okay. Yeah.
I didn't file mine either.
All right, you ready to proceed? All right, did you understand that? All right, and then there's to be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, there's to be no contact with Valerie Medina and Andrea Olege. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm doing my Louisiana French thing on that name. All right, did you understand that those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
And then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offers states one.
No, Judge.
All right. Did you review the document entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Sure.
Again, did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 in attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits one and attachments, court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing or you would
No, I
like a
think we need
PSI?
to do a tap evaluation.
All right, we'll do a TAP evaluation, MIC evaluation, and a PSI. What date are we coming back?
We can do May 30th. Is that enough time? For some, do you need more?
The first one is to help with that. So the 6th of June.
You want June 6th or June 13th?
13th would be better.
13th.
All right, we'll be back on June 13th. It's going to take a while based upon what I'm reading in the police report. I think a mental health evaluation would be appropriate.
Yeah, I have worked out from insanity, so there's some information there that might be helpful to.
All right. And is your client planning on making bond or no?
Not get involved. I don't think they can afford it.
Yeah.
I don't think they can afford it.
Bond reduction.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
we can talk about it some more. Right now, I don't.
All right.
And I
what
think
is-
it's better that you get some evaluations done quick so you can get out and get, yeah.
So this is what I'm going to order. I'm going to order that the TAP evaluation and the MIC evaluation be done while in custody. And then after that, we'll see about a bond, if you want to do a bond reduction.
That's fine. Yeah, I think it's good he gets evaluated. I think it's important based on your history and I saw too from the evaluations. The other thing, I do have something in the afternoon on 13th. I can make sure I need to get it done in the morning.
Oh, no problem. Are you planning on having witnesses
I
possible?
will have some witnesses, probably one or two. Okay.
All right, as soon as you're here and I call the docket, if you're ready to proceed, we'll be ready to proceed. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing this time, yeah.
Thank you. By the time I see you next time, I'll pronounce your name correctly. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Jonathan Olage? Olage? I don't know. All right, what is happening with this case?
Sentencing today, Your Honor.
Sentencing, that's correct.
Sentencing?
Yes, sir.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 6015, State of Texas versus Jonathan Olage. Olage, can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Zach Dunn for the state, Your Honor.
defense?
Carl Basil, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Olage?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, according to the plea bargain agreement, you entered a plea of no contest on April 18th. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison. And the state is taking in consideration 4 cases. And there are the conditions of affirmative finding of family violence and no contact. Yes. All right. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor, the state has.
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection from the state, Your Honor.
Any
No
witnesses?
objection, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. The only thing I have in addition to the PSI, Your Honor, is a letter that was submitted by one of the family members that they tried to interview. They weren't able to interview. It's an email, actually. I've
Any
provided
objections to the court reviewing the
a
letter?
Copy to the state already.
No objections.
All right, the court has reviewed the letter from Valerie Medina. All right, I'll hear argument
Yes, Your Honor.
unless there's any witnesses.
No, there's
All
no
right.
witness other than, I think the PSI, Your Honor, is very detailed.
Mhm.
They interviewed all the family members that I know of, except for Ms. Medina, which provided that. They're all in favor of Jonathan having community supervision. As the court can see, it's a very lengthy PSI. He had a very traumatic thing that happened to him a few years ago, where the mother of his children went into the kitchen in the house and shot and killed herself. After that, it's been a downhill spiral for him. He's been into drugs. He's been doing meth and drinking, and it's been downhill that led up to this. Before that, he actively was employed. He worked at UPS for many years, was active in working and taking care of everything, raising the family. After that, as the court could see, it's the drugs took over, and mental health issues also that he had in addition occurred and led up to the incident here where there was clearly a wrong incident where there was a knife involved and police were shown. He was actually shot, Your Honor, by the police during this confrontation. He's understands that what he did is wrong and he's asking the court for help and he needs help. He understands. If you look at that, he was very honest with them, telling how much meth he had been smoking and drinking that day. And in fact, he stated he doesn't really even remember that much about it. He was so high on meth. So there's no question that he has a problem with that, Your Honor. He's asking the court to help. He has been worked up and been approved for DDR-F and for the MIC unit. So we're asking the court to grant deferred and give him the treatment that he needs so that he can get his life together, get out and help take care of his children that he has.
All right, State.
Yes, Your Honor. And as is of course included with the stipulations, this is wherein the defendant assaults his partner, his girlfriend inside a house, hitting her on the thigh, pulling her hair, striking her in the face. Officers arrive on scene and then they witness the following events. Chasing the defendant, he basically grabbed his sister. She was able to break away. He grabbed his mother, put a knife to her neck, used her as a shield, if you will. And then he raised his knife as if to stab her. And that is when officers went ahead and discharged their firearm. There were multiple officers on scene. This is happening in real time while they're chasing him through the alley. The state absolutely understands the trauma wherein his partner, the mother of his daughter, shot herself, and he's going in the room and experiencing that trauma, and the state understands that. But in the PSI, it's multiple mentions of this being nothing but a misunderstanding and a lack of accountability. So the state would respectfully request incarceration, and we believe this person is a danger to the community and a danger to himself and his family.
All right, Mr. Oleghe, is there anything you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jonathan Daniel Luggage.
All right, what would you wish to say?
I would like to say, Your Honor, that it was, if you give me a chance to be a law-abiding citizen, I could do the deferred probation. That day, I wasn't trying to hurt my family at all. I was just trying to run away from the law. The knife wasn't no open blade. No one got cut. No one got stabbed. No one got hurt. No one got anything at all with the knife. I had to protect the sheet over the knife, and I had no intentions of hurting my loved ones.
So why did you put a knife to their throats?
I didn't mean to. Like, my mom's short. I hugged my mom. I hugged my mom and looked down. I didn't really try to hurt her at all.
Okay.
And I had to protect the sheet on the knife, so there was no way she was gonna get cut at all. And then I just hugged my mom, looked down, and then I got shot. And that was the end of it. But I wasn't.
So you're saying you were just intending to hug your mom with a
Yeah,
knife at her throat?
Wow, she was short. I didn't mean to put the knife in her throat at all.
Okay. Why were you hugging her with a knife in your hand?
Because it was just, it was like a little boy crying to his mom, like, like, help, help, really, because I was scared because I had a gun pointing at me the whole time.
But why were the police there in the first place?
Because me and my ex-girlfriend got in a fight, and I left the scene. I already diffused the situation, and I was walking to the store, and then that's when the cop confronted me. And if you see in the body cam, I was walking away to the store, and that's when the cop, told me, hey, and I thought it was someone else. I turned around, I took out the knife, and then I saw it was a cop. He pointed his gun. I put the knife back in the sheet, and that's when I ran. And that's what led to everything. But I didn't try to hurt my sister at all, or my mom. I was just running away.
All right, any questions, defense?
No, Your Honor.
Any questions, state?
No, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. And Mr. Oleghe, I want you to know that I have listened to everything that you said. I always read everything very carefully, and sometimes I'll reread things as well. The court is going to deny your application. Court will find you guilty, sentence you to 12 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Ashley Prieto, Valerie Medina, Andrea Oleghe, The court will take in consideration 2023 CR 6014, 2023 CR 6016, 2023 CR 6017, and 2023 CR 6018. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of an affirmative finding of family violence. And also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and I'm requesting the mental health unit for you. I cannot force them to place you in that unit because I don't have jurisdiction to force them to do that. But it will be in the judgment. You can ask for it. If you don't ask for it, they're not going to consider it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
And we keep it working like Oouchie the boss. We tryna catch up like we hit us a fault. We gotta win, ain't taking no loss.